Right, we are at Blyton on what is a very cold but sunny day. Practice was very slippery. No one can get off the line. It is due to warm up slightly, but it's going to be cold. We're now into the end of September, beginning of October. It's very chilly out there, but it's dry and sunny, so we can't have everything. Update from Hevel. So you're not allowed to film at Hevel. I was there 2 weeks ago and lost all gears. It would not go into gears, but luckily I'd managed a couple of runs, so we got a decent timing, which was only 0.4 off my time from the year before. Yeah, so maybe I could have bet my PB. Now we've got the AO52s on the back, we'll never know, but it would have been very close anyway, very close times. The 2 runs I did were flat out. So yeah, we only managed to, it would not go into the gear. We've had major clutch problems in the past. I was fearing the worst, but leaving it the rest of the day and then bumping it off and driving it around managed to free things up. So whether the flywheel had stuck to the clutch or the clutch fluid had boiled, I still don't know, and I've not had a chance to really investigate it. The garage have had a look. The clutch seems fine. They've put a boroscope in. We've changed the fluid, and the brief driving on the road, it is going in gear. So I'm hoping it was a combination of a red hot day, abusing the clutch and boiling the fluid. But the clutch is 2 years old, and that's all they last. So quite possibly it's on its way out. We'll see how today goes. I'm going to try and be gentle with the gear changes, but we are against the clock, so it'll never be perfect, but I'll try and be as gentle as I can and see how long it lasts. Hopefully it lasts the day out, because we're here tomorrow as well. So we're doing the Eastern Circuit today, which is like the infield circuit, and then we're doing the outer circuit tomorrow. 2 lots of target times to aim for the NSCC Championship and the Barc Championship. Like I said, practice was very sketchy for everyone. We're all a few seconds off, if not more. So we'll see if the track's warmed up a bit with the sun out. Temperature wise, we are at 7 degrees, so it's not bitterly freezing, but it's certainly not ideal for tyres, especially semi-slicks that need some heat in them. Just hope with the sun being out, you know, there's a bit of warmth comes into the track. So we've got a 78 and a 75, the 2 target times, I think. Well, not at the 75, because that's the outright championship record. The 78 we could hit. Time from last time I was here, really near, was 79. But on this layout I made a mistake on every run, so a 78 may be there. If conditions stay as they have, the track warms up a bit and the tyres get a bit of heat into them, we may hit that. Let's see. So aim for this run, anything around 80 seconds, and hopefully then we're on course to do a 79 and a 78. If the track's heated up with how people get off the start line, we'll watch this guy in front, because everyone was wheel spinning like mad in practice, including myself. So come on. Someone's just spun over the finish line. certainly better than practice. Can brake a lot later for that last corner, but I don't want to overshoot it like I did last time, so we will build it up gradually as the day goes on. I think the grip will increase bit by bit, so see what time that was and then give it that slight bit more on the next run. Right, coming down for timed run 2. Big improvement for timed run 1. We are understeering now, lack of grip at the front, but I went a second quicker than earlier on in the year, which I'm amazed at, but I put it down to it feels way more powerful. I think the cold air, the 5-6 cold air, is giving us a boost in power. So as it warms up gradually during the day, we will lose that, but hopefully we'll gain some outright grip, so it could compensate each other. But we did a 78.2, I think, and the target time for the Barc is 78.9, so we're 0.7 under. We need another few temps to get maximum points. So let's see if we can creep into a 77. That'd be job done, mission accomplished. As I said, I think the outright record is a 76 something, I think. So if we can get within a second of that, will be amazing. So we'll give it everything, see if the grip's there. Certainly give it everything. See if we shaved any off. Still understeering at the limit. Yeah, the lack of grip at the front now is evident. I've always had problems with the rear, but now the front tyres need some heat in the AD09s. If we get a bit more heat in, we should dial out that understeer and we'll be laughing. Right, timed run number 3. I got screwed over on that last one. It was a 76.9, which would have put me first in class, would have put me within a second of the outright record, but my time got deleted as a failed run because I had one wheel over the line on the finish, they told me, which I will review the in-car footage. Somebody filmed it, said I didn't, but it's a judge of fact, and they do not overrule the judges of fact. So my time's been deleted, so I'm now third. So we need to try and do another run the exact same as last time. A 76.9 will be superb to put me first and get maximum points. Can we do it again? It's alright, we've just got to do the same thing again. Identical conditions. Yeah, just mightily frustrating that one wheel over a line and my 76 has been deleted. So we're still at 78 from the first time run. So we need another half a second off that to get maximum points in Barc, and then if we can get a 76 again, we will be into almost maximum points for the Nottingham one. Can we do it? Come on! Let it cool down and see if it's struggling to go into gear again. Right, so we're coming down for timed run 4 after lunch. Really need to put one together. So that last one would have been another 76, even quicker than before. But couldn't get it in 4th gear, lost a load of time, lost about 2 seconds, so it was another 78, 78.1 I think. So fractionally quicker than the first time run, but 2 seconds slower than where it needed to be. So yeah, leader in class is on a 77 something, so it's there, the 76 is there. The car's cooled down slightly over lunch. Is it going to go in gear? Please. Is the clutch going to hold out? Perfect conditions now. We just need the gearbox stroke clutch to last out. We only need one. All we need is one clean run. Come on, car. bollocks have I gone off the line again? Fuck! Oh man, did I stay in the lines? It were going so well. We'll find out, fingers crossed, but I may have that time deleted again. Bloody hell, man! Well, at least it went in gear, but it's every lap that goes means it's probably not going to go in gear on the next one. Jesus, Jesus! Right, we're on to timed run 5, so that last one was a 77.4, so half a second or so slower than my time that didn't count, but it's my quickest time that does count, which has put me into first in class by a fraction of a second. So there is 0.2 of a second between the first 3. That is how close it was. I know it were going to be close before the event, because both Terry and James were always neck and neck every time we go anywhere. So yeah, there's 2 temps between us. Now, can we go any quicker? Everybody was going slightly slower on that one. It was only because I put some really crap laps in, if you like, relatively speaking, that I went quicker. But I don't think the conditions are as optimal as they were this morning. Needless to say, there's always time there on the table. Will the gearbox stroke clutch hold out? I don't know. I need to get home, so I think this will be my last run of the day, regardless of whether we get any more. We'll give it everything on this one. We'll pray it actually goes into gear and see if we can shave any time off, because we may need to in order to stay ahead. Praying we can get a 76 again. Come on. Come on, car, there's hardly any fuel left in it. We're on dregs, we're at the lightest we're going to be. The track's had all day to rubber in, but the temperature has crept up. I think with AO52s on the front, it's a 76/75 all day long, but we've got to play with what we've got on the car. So come on, girl, just give me one more run clutch and then you can cool down. Down for that last corner. Was it any quicker? Was it any quicker? I don't know, but not much more I could do. Yeah, conditions are not quite as good as this morning. The power just doesn't feel there. Definitely lower down on power, and the grip's pretty much the same level. So we'll see what that equates to in the time. Pack up and come back tomorrow for the outer circuit. Well, at least the gears stayed anyway. Right, back for day 2 at Blyton. We are now on the outer circuit. So, fairly good day yesterday. My best 2 times didn't count. Very dubious whether I was over the white line or not, but it's by the by now, can't do anything about it. So we still managed to just sneak the win, and I still bet my time from previous by well over a second, nearly 2 seconds I think. So we will see what the outer circuit brings. So my time from last time was here was a 72.5 I think. Just done a 77 in practice, but like yesterday, very cold, very slippery. So let's see what this first time run brings. See if we can get any near the previous time, 72, and then we'll just, like yesterday, just keep trying to improve run on run. Forecast to get cloudy and windy this afternoon, and then rain at tea time, so hopefully we'll miss the rain. But yeah, temperature very similar to yesterday, cold. There's a bit of a breeze today, but not too bad. So let's just hope the sun stays out as long as it can until the clouds come over and we get a bit of heat in the track. Going to be a struggle to win today because James and his E30's got a lot more power. It's more of a power circuit today. I think he's just done 2 seconds quicker in practice, so but we'll just give it everything. Target time I think for the Barc 73 something, so if I do a 72 something, that's good enough for that. Target time for the NSCC is 69 I think. So we would have to do 3 seconds quicker, which is probably, well, it's not going to happen, but we'll see how close we can get to that one. Main thing it is, keep it on the black stuff, and let's see if the gears go in. Seemed fine in practice. I think as long as I change early, I think the trouble is with this, if I'm trying to change gear at 7,000 revs, it's a struggle. If I stick to changing at 5,000, it's fine. Which, because of the torque of this car, is not too bad. I don't miss out on that much time. I do lose some time, obviously not being at the higher rev range, but I'd rather get it in gear and lose a tenth than risk ruining the whole lap. So we'll see how we get on. Jesus. Luckily no damage. Bagger, bagger. Right, coming down for run 2. Screwed up the first one, pressure's on. There's only 3 times count for the Barc Championship, so got 2 attempts left. So we need a banker run. The clouds come over, it's going to be like this all day now for the rest of the day. Cloudy, overcast and fairly cool, so not ideal, but it's going to stay dry, fingers crossed. And we're up to 10 degrees, so it's not icy cold. Let's just see if we can put a nice banker lap in. I'll be expecting the back end to go this time. I'm not expecting it at all then, it just went as soon as I was putting the power down. I've watched the footage back, I thought it was 3/4 of the way around the corner and going a lot faster, but it wasn't. It was more or less at the start of the corner, so could have been a lot worse. Let's try and keep it on the track and put a good time in. Not bad as a banker. So a second away from earlier in the year. Yeah, conditions are not optimal, but there may be another second in it. At least we've got a decent time on the board. We'll see how much more we can take off. We need another second off at least. Time run 3. So I did a 73 point summit in that last one, 73.5 maybe. About a second slower than my best time from previous, so can we get near that? Can we get into a 72? Conditions are far from ideal, but it's dry, that's the main thing. It's just very cold and windy. There's a cold breeze, so the track just ain't as warm as yesterday, even though temperatures are very similar. Second in class, leader is on a 72. So that's the aim for today. Can we get into another 72? We can only try. This is the last one that counts for the Barc Championship. I didn't realise yesterday, but there's only the first 3 runs count. Because I screwed the first one up, I've only got 1 time that counts, so any improvement will be better for that one. I think the target for that's a 73.8, so I'm just under it, but to get maximum points I need to be a second under it, so we do need to be into a 72. So full concentration. only got one time from today. Bloody hell. We'll have a go after lunch, see if we can shave any time off, see if this clutch wants to work. Right, we're going to give it one last go after lunch, but the clutch feels very, very iffy. Diagnosis, new clutch required. I don't think we're going to get round, I really don't. I mean, it is going in gear now and it's had over dinner to cool down, but I just think it's, yeah, it doesn't feel right at all. I don't even know if I'm going to get down to the start line. It might be like Hevel where I don't even make it to the start. It's very, oh God, it's doing me head in. It definitely don't feel like it's engaging or disengaging properly. Keep pumping it, pump it. So we will see we get round. Yeah, I think the clutch is slipping and I think it's on its last legs. So low down is the biting point now. Which normally when they're slipping it's really high up, but for some reason it's not getting the pressure. Shaved a bit off, even though the gears were very iffy. Do I give it another go? Oh man, decisions. I don't know now. Can we get into a 72 with another run? Frustrating now. I think it's because I think the problem before was the biting point now is so low. I'm trying to change gear before it's actually the clutch is engaged. I think there's obviously some issue with it, but we'll make a decision. Right, this may be a very stupid idea. I'll probably regret it, but we're coming down for a 5th run. That last run, because it cooled down over dinner, as long as I put the clutch fully in and then change gear, it seems happy. I think the problem is that the clutch pedal release point is almost to the floor. So whether that's to do with the clutch wearing or the slave cylinder or something else, I don't know, but as long as you press the clutch all the way in and then change gear, we're all right. So no quick shifts, but that last run was a 73.2 or something, I think. So we're only 2 or 3 tenths off a 72, which was the aim for today. So we'll give it one last go. No fuel, really low fuel. I mean, it's probably coolest it's been all day. It is really cool and windy now, so conditions not the best, but we'll give it one last go. I'm going to leave it in third again for that last straight, because changing to fourth gives me 2 miles an hour difference when I've looked down the final straight with a kink. But you lose a tenth or so changing gear, so the actual between both times, the different, well, there was no difference. It were identical times whether I changed to fourth or leave it in third, so we'll not risk a gear change on that final straight bit. We'll leave it in third, ragging it off the limiter, and we'll see if we can sneak into a 72. I think it's going to be very difficult. I don't even know if the car will last, but we're here. What the hell? Let's give it a shot. Come on! We got there in the end, even after a terrible start off the line. That will do. Screwed up the start big style, just wheel spun like mad, but we made up for it in race. 100% commitment. Sideways in a couple of places, almost lost it, but right, we'll call it a day at that. Get home and decide what to do about the clutch. Right, well, we made it back from Blyton. Just gear issues again. So first update from Hevel 2 weeks ago, because you're not allowed to film there. Finished second in class, only managed 2 runs before it just wouldn't go into gear. So after the second run, just as I crossed the finish line, I went to change gear, it wouldn't go in. I had to coast back to the pits, left it the rest of the day, kept trying periodically, and it just wasn't having it. And then someone suggested bumping it off and driving around the car park aggressively, which might free up the clutch or the gears. Which I did that, and that worked. So at the end of the day, 15 minutes of ragging the car around, and it started going in gear. So yeah, managed to get on from Hevel. In the short time in between, I changed the clutch fluid, because that's not been done in probably going on for 2 years, so it was overdue. So I put it down to a combination of factors: the clutch wearing out, boiling the fluid, and the heat of the day. But it's reared its head again at Blyton. And even though it looked glorious on Saturday, the temperatures were very cool. So it certainly wasn't, you know, we're talking 10 degrees, we're not talking 30 degrees. So I don't know what the issue is. What I will say is now is the clutch biting point is almost to the floor. So it's always been fairly high, which is just how it's been set up. And now it only engages maybe an inch from the carpet, you know, like 90% of it pressed. So I think that's what a lot of my issues have been. For some reason, this clutch, as it's wearing out, it's the clutch biting point's got lower, not higher. I've always understood it that the biting point gets higher and higher, and that's how it's been with other cars, and then it starts slipping. So this one seems to be the opposite, but that's what's happening. So I think I've always been trying to change gear as quick as humanly possible, and I think I'm trying to force it into a gear before I fully depress the clutch, and it's just not having it. It's obviously not going in. Taking my time, pressing the clutch fully in and then changing gear seems to be fine, and was on all the other runs. So I'm not going to do anything before Kerbra next week. I'm going to pray that it's fine, and I think if I stick to pressing the clutch fully in and then changing gear and not trying to force it too quick, I think we'll be alright. But overall, the clutch is on its way out. Obviously, it's 2 years old now and it's took some serious abuse. So let's just hope it lasts for Kerbra next week. So back to Blyton at the weekend. 2 really good days weather-wise. One almost perfect day on Saturday, and then Sunday, a bit cooler, a bit overcast, but we'll take dry and overcast at this time of year, because today, the following Monday, probably UK-wide, but certainly in Yorkshire where I live, it's teamed it down all day from start to finish, and it's still raining now. So thank God we didn't get this over the weekend. So yeah, Saturday, I remember from the last time I was here, I was disappointed with my Eastern track performance. Every run, I can remember saying to myself, it should have been a second quicker. I made a semi-major error on every run. So we started off with a 78, which is where I should have been previous, and then the second run was a 76.9, which is very close to the outright record. So I was really chuffed with that, only for 5 minutes later to be told it had been chalked off because I had a wheel over the line. So at the finish line, there's 2 white lines either side, and all 4 wheels have to be within those lines. So I've looked at the footage, I've put the pictures on for you to look at. I don't think I was, but it's almost impossible to tell. With the camera angle I've got and the speed you're going and the markings on the floor, I may have been. We'll take it as I was. The only thing I would add is the second time that I even said to myself, I think I was over, that one got accepted if you like, and it looks on the pictures exactly the same, but we're probably talking millimetres here. But anyway, so yeah, we slowly improved run to run to finish with a legitimate run of 77.15. Still a very good time and good enough for first in class. Then on to the Sunday. Started in the worst possible manner with a spin on the first run. Completely caught me out. If I'd have been fully switched on, which I sometimes am, like when it's raining, I've got the sensors heightened to 11, but on that run, I wasn't going 100%. I put my foot down. I wasn't expecting it to go then. It's a long, shallow curve. It's not a tight corner at all, so I just expected it to grip. It didn't. Caught me out, and luckily, it was only a spin at 60 miles an hour, and not faster or not in a place where I could have done damage. So got away with it. Then put a banker in of 73. Then more problems with the gear changes, so screwed the third run up. Then a slightly quicker 73, a 73.2, and then we just had to go all in. I wasn't going to do a 5th run with all the problems we had and having to get home, but thought, why not? What the hell? I wanted a 72. I got a 72 from previous in year. In my head, I had to get a 72. So we went out for a 5th time, all or nothing, and managed to put something together and get a 72.6. Only a couple attempts slower than previous. So we'll take that because the conditions weren't as good as previous. That was good enough for 2nd in class, behind James, who got a 71 point something, really good time. So yeah, overall pleased with the times. There's still room for improvement. There's still probably half a second on both layouts, I think, quite comfortably, if either I've got better tyres or better conditions. So a little bit of room for improvement, but good enough. 8 out of 10, we'll say a solid 8 out of 10 for times wise. And the car is still operating, albeit not at 100%. So yeah, let's see what Kerber brings next week, the final event of the season, and then we'll see where we finish in all the championships. Thank you very much.